Hi guys, hope you are doing well from wherever you are watching me, depending on your time zone. Now, the Nyeri Town Member of Parliament, Ngunjiri Wambugu, is surprised that when he make a post, within 10 minutes, that post is attracting up to 200 comments. So he's wondering where these people coming from. They have just set themselves ready, so that when he make a post, they are already there responding to that post. So there is a question he asked, and within 10 minutes, that question had attracted 151 comments. And this is what Ngunjiri Wambugu was asking. In whose hands are we safe? That's the question he posed. He went there to explain himself that I have been listening to the ground, and it's clear that 2022 is between Raila and Ruto. The question to determine this election might be hashtag in whose hands are we safe? That is what Ngunjiri Wambugu posted. The MP did not end there. There is a video he also posted yesterday with the headline again, in whose hands are we safe? And then today morning he has also posted another video, and he is still asking Kenyans the same question, in whose hands are we safe? So I want you shortly to listen to this video. I have also added another short clip, so I want you to watch it very careful, and at the end we are going to analyze it, and in 10 minutes time we will have finished this analysis.
Mimi nauliza nyinyi, kama mko na shida na Wakikuyu, hamuko na shida na Wakikuyu kuliko sisi wa Kalenjin. Tuko na shida kubwa zaidi. Sawa sawa? Lakini ikifika mahali unatofautisha maneno, unaweka maneno ya tofauti za kijamii kando, unatafuta serikali kwanza, kwa sababu ile serikali itakusaidia kutatua matatizo ulio nayo.
And if you fight deputy president, you are fighting us. Usifikiri deputy ana watu yake, sisi watu yake tuko hapa. Muendelee kutusi naibu wa rais, lakini mjue we are marking you and we are profiling you. Ikifika wakati tutawashughulikia. Tutawashughulikia, msicheze bwana. Hata yeye hapo ni mtoto ya mtu. Kwani yeye si mtoto ya mtu?
Wewe ukufa. You know, what do you think God is thinking of this person if he took over? And you people in Central Province, you must ask yourselves, in whose hands will you be safe? In whose hands will you be safe? In whose hands will you be safe? Don't come to me. I have no kiosk. Me, I'm a salary guy. But you Central people, in whose hands will you be safe? Shenzi son. That is the question. It's not a question of bottom up. It's not a question of wheelbarrows. It's not a question of hustle. Or it's not a question of who. Ask yourself, in whose hands, if elections was carried today and your TV, your radio tells William Samoei Ruto is the head, in whose hands will you be safe?
And what's wrong with that?
In whose hands will you be safe?
Now I think you have heard it yourself, and therefore we want to use this opportunity on this platform to try and answer the question that Ngunjiri Wambugu is posting outside there to Kenyans. But before we go deep into that, a quick reminder. You might be watching me, but you have not yet subscribed. My humble request, please consider subscribing so that any other time, once we come out with a video like this one, you will always get notified. Again, to all the channel subscribers and anyone who dropped comment, I must say thank you so much for your unconditional support. Actually, you guys, you have complained that I'm talking so much quickly, you cannot get my points clear. So let me try to be slow. Lakini kigugumizi itakuja tu. Now, back to our discussion. Now, by the way, in as much we want to answer this question, for those people who have listened to those short videos very careful, the videos have already provided the answer to the question that Ngunjiri Wambugu is asking. But again, the origin of this question was from one Francis Atwoli, the Court Secretary General. He's the one who asked Jeff Koinange, in whose hands are we safe? So Ngunjiri Wambugu has come out with 2 candidates on ballot, serious ones. One Kenya Alliance is there, but they are not yet. And even if they will be all the way to the ballot, I think they just want to force a rerun so that they can negotiate in the next government after that. So let us focus on Raila Odinga and the Deputy President William Samoei Ruto. If you listen very carefully to those 2 guys who are number 1, William Samoei Ruto himself, and number 2, one of his close ally, wale wanakuanga mouthpiece ya William Samoei Ruto. You see, all of those speech are threatening. In one hand, William Samoei Ruto is saying that there are things that he would want to do. And during that time, you know, he was speaking about the issue of occupation in Rift Valley. So therefore, he was saying that there are things he would want to do, but he cannot do that if he don't have power. So for him, ni kulala chini kama bahasha. Get the power, after that, then you can do what you think to do. So that's William Samoei Ruto. So the question we are asking ourselves, what will he do after he have acquired power? Because for now, he cannot do that thing. And then we have someone here who is coming to threaten the Kenyans that if William Samoei Ruto will continuously be mistreated that way, is being the way they are trying to do, then pia yeye ako na watu wake. So it tells you that if these individuals get power, they are easily going to revenge. And those people who have involved themselves in creating problem for them, they will face it roughly. Now, number 2, let us check into this, guys. William Samoei Ruto this side, Raila Odinga on the other hand. Raila is talking about corruption. And for him, he's saying that in case he gets power, he's going to stop corruption. And that money will be directed into social protection fund that will take care of the poor families with at least 6,000 to each and every family. William Ruto, in the other hand, I want to challenge you. Tell me even in one clip where William Samoei Ruto has talked about corruption. Ruto has remained so much silent to do with corruption. He's not mentioning anything on how, just in case he gets elected into power, how he will solve the issue to do with corruption. He is not showing any interest to fight corruption in Kenya. So when it reaches that level, people get it easy to brand him as the father of corruption. So for that reason, the question these guys are putting out here, in whose hands is the country safe? It is going to be very easy for people to suggest or decide to realign themselves with one Raila Odinga who is promising to fight corruption. If you check in Raila Odinga camp, there is no such kind of threat that we are receiving from the UDA side. Raila has been a reformist, and even when he gets mistreated, these guys never threaten the government, but they come out in strong terms to condemn the situation. But you see, from William Samoei Ruto's side, the time they feel that wamefinywa na serikali, what do? They come out threatening. So it tells you, if these people get to power and you try to cross their line, they are going to deal with you mercilessly, without fear and without having a second thought, a humanity thought. So for that reason, I feel that it is going to be very easy for those people who will vote with their mind to realign themselves with the other side, but not the UDA side. Now, let us also now talk about the people who have been mentioned in scandals. I'm talking about presidential candidates. You talk about tear gassing pupils in school and grabbing their land, it happened in the UDA side. You talk about the Kimwaror and Aror Dam, it is the UDA side that was defending that corruption cases. But I have not heard Raila Odinga involving himself in such corruption cases. So the question still is here. Who is a better person to protect Kenyans from corruption? Those people who have involved themselves in corruption cases, or the people who are against corruption? So, in whose hands are we safe as Kenyans? Or in whose hands are you safe as a voter? That's the question here. And lastly, it is also good we compare the people around Raila Amolo Odinga and those people around the Deputy President William Samoei Ruto. Look at Didmas Baradha. Look at Boni Khalwale. I'm mentioning these people because we have played their videos here. Look at Silvana Sosoro. Someone like Oscar Sudi. This guy who have just played his clip here. Then you tell me, who among these individuals can be selected into maybe ministerial position? Didmas Baradha ametuambia if William Samoei Ruto take over power, he will be in charge of interior. Ile kazi ya Matiang'i sasa. He's fighting people there. So, there is no leadership in this team. If you give these people power, maybe William Samoei Ruto will need to go outside to look for other people to help him govern the country. But with this team, then the country can go to the dogs. But in the other side, you see, you check on Raila Amolo Odinga, you'll find there are great minds which have been always denied a chance to lead, either in ministerial position or parastatals. So that is the kind of Kenya we have, and the options we have, the main options. I said One Kenya Alliance might have a candidate, but we will not give more airtime to them until when they come out clear. Thank you so much for listening to me up to this far, but it is good you get to the comment section and answer the question, in whose hands are you safe? If it's William Samoei Ruto, tell me in the comment section. If it's Raila Amolo Odinga, please comment there. See you in our next video.